really does not feel like 4 years. It really does not feel like it's been a long time. I guess 4 years is a long time for like streamers. I feel like I've gotten into a comfortable rhythm of like having this be a part of my daily life. And then it's like what Sheena said about watching some of us grow up. I was like 20 when I first joined the company. I barely just turned 20 when I first joined the company. And now it's been technically almost 5 years because we were in the basement for so long. But I was a babu. I mean, I talk about like the things that I watched when I was in high school and stuff. You probably could have clocked like my general age. I spent half my 20s streaming, bro. It's crazy. I think because Sheena and Irie, they're older than me. They really like took me under their wing and like made sure that I was doing fine and that like I was all right. Especially in the pre-debut times, there was a period of time where we were all really stressed because we didn't know how long they were gonna delay our debuts for. Like, we really were just being kept in the dark from like December to around May, with the promise of like, oh yeah, you'll debut next month when your assets are ready, when your model and rig is ready. Oh yeah, no, it'll be done next month. Like, trust me, bro, it'll be done next month. And we were just all so like anxious about like if we were ever gonna debut at this point. Yeah, it was all very like uncertain. And especially because some of us had cleared our schedules for like this sort of thing. I made sure that I was taking less courses in uni, and that I took the easier courses during that semester so that I would be able to, you know, focus more on streaming. But then we didn't end up debuting that semester or the semester after that. So I was like, now I'm gonna be taking like the level 3 courses when I have to debut. Yeah, and then like some people were like, we were turning down like job opportunities for other stuff, or like some people had to like take on another job to sustain themselves during the pre-debut period because they had already, you know, like turned down other opportunities, or they had quit their previous jobs or something. So yeah, that period of time was really difficult to handle. I want you guys to put yourselves in our shoes. This is how we felt back then, okay? So we signed on in 2021. Around like autumn or so, like around fall 2021. And then they told us that we'd debut before the end of the year. And we were like, okay, sure. And then when November started coming around, we were like, okay, none of our stuff has started. What's gonna happen? They were like, oh yeah, no, you'll be debuting in like January. And then that just kept going until we reached April, I think. April of 2022. And then Sakuna announces that the invaders are debuting without really like letting us know. They added the invaders to the server. And then we were like, so are we still Gen 2 or what? Like, huh? Like we were just really confused as to like what was happening. And because internal communication was not great back then, it's a lot better now. And we only had one manager, which was Mumi. We only ever had one manager. And then the invaders debut like right off the bat with their new models. And we were like, we tried to stage an intervention. It was Lumi at first. It was Lumi and Yuri at first who debuted as invaders. But we weren't aware of that until the week before their debut. And we tried to stage an intervention. We were like, okay, we're calling a full gen meeting with all of management, and we're gonna sit down and talk about what this means for us. Because if they're debuting in April, again, we were being told that we were debuting like next month, basically. Okay, so like month after month, they would say, oh yeah, your debut is the next month. So we thought that meant they would be pushing our debuts even further, which ended up happening after all, because y'all know our debut anniversary is July. Like, so we were understandably kind of upset about that because, again, we didn't know how far back we would be pushed. We were very upset. And very anxious about our future. Don't worry, I don't think anyone was planning to leave because of that. We were just confused and a little hurt, I think, that this wasn't communicated to us before, or like nobody like told us before the rest of y'all found out. You can see like why it happened. It's just like, you know, good timing. You kind of have to seize the moment when an opening is available, right? So they went for it, but we did not see it like that at first. we thought we were being like shunted because of that. Which is honestly, listen, we were young, okay? I was young. I was like in my early 20s. What do you expect when you hire a bunch of young girls and have them work, like some of these people have them work their first job? Like what do you expect? Yeah, it was just a bunch of miscommunication. But I think a while after our debut, we got our second manager. I think it was Dizzy first. Dizzy was brought on to be our second manager, and then we hired other managers like Aiko and everyone. I don't know if you guys remember. If anyone was at the very first Offkai, they actually teased our silhouettes back then. And the funniest thing is, when they did that, almost, I think, 5 out of 6 people's models were not done. That was literally the sketch of our models, not even the final model. And that was in, what, April or May? I think you can still see, I don't know if anyone has the image from the panel, but you can see like the rough little sketch parts around my model because mine was still a sketch at the point. Yeah, crazy. It's just seriously, they have. Again, Phase was still, they hadn't even been 1 year old at that time. They weren't even 1 year old by the time that we were hired. And when they started hiring us, that was literally barely like 9 months in. How much input did you have for your first model? We actually had a lot. Everybody, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Low Effort Clips. That's right, Low Effort Clips, right here on YouTube.com. Yeah, and hit the notification bell. Yeah.